explain this to me. So there's 2 billion rands in the Department of Health that went missing and that was not accounted for. In these conditions that we work under, in these unfavorable conditions that we work under. Guys, do you know that sometimes we don't even have paracetamol to give you because there's no budget? People who come to those clinics, maybe Kepa is down, you guys do have medication. But Tina Apes Lalin, there's times where there's no budget to buy medication for you guys. But there's money that goes missing and it's not accounted for. We are short-staffed. There are no nurses, there are no doctors. But there are people who are sitting at home with those qualifications. But because there's no budget, but there's 2 billion rand that goes missing.
I saw a tweet from K Mahapa saying, or Pessimorphus, that it's not even sophisticated crimes. Like, it's just boom, steal money, spend money. It's not like there's no shell corporation, offshore account, sophisticated like money, cyber crime, the house that it's just looting, right? And that pissed me off too, because the money moves 3 times. The money moves from the bank of the hospital to the bank of the bad guy to the Lamborghini seller. We can't trace money that moved 3 times. How much more the people that are performing like rand manipulation? Like, when are we gonna get to a point where we catch those guys? If I can siphon 2 billion rands by just boom boom, just ding ding. Do you know what I mean? What more? What other? By the time we get to, I didn't sleep properly. I think you can tell. Like, I woke up, I'm thinking about it. No.
People from Tembisa can agree with me. This is how the hospital in Tembisa looks like. There is this section that was burned down earlier this year in a fire. There's this section that is abandoned because in such a poor condition, so patients are not allowed to use it. And the ANC government thought, well, you know what? Let's steal money from them. Let's steal 2 billion rand. That 2 billion rand could have repaid this section and many other sections that are in poor condition at Tembisa Hospital. And I know ukuthi bakhona abantu base Tembisa who can agree with me ukuthi they have lost loved ones in this hospital. And I'm going to be honest with you, your loved ones died because the ANC thought ukuthi buying life-saving medicine for them or hiring enough nurses to save their life was not important. They thought ukuthi buying a Ferrari was more important. Like 2 billion rand could have helped many sections of this hospital. But no, the government thought, you know what? If Ferrari was more important than the lives of people from Tembisa in Midrand, because this hospital is used by a lot of people in Tembisa and a lot of people can't afford medical aid in Midrand. As someone who has been to Tembisa Hospital, who has seen the condition of that hospital, it's so sad to find out that 2 billion rand is stolen. And I'm asking you, Mr. Tembisa, don't you ever vote for that ANC? No matter what the candidate of the ANC promises you in a municipal election, ninga pinde ni niki chance. Ninga pinde ni niki chance. And I'm going to ask you guys, do it in memory of the loved ones you have lost in this hospital.
2 billion rand looted at Tembisa Hospital. The Special Investigation Unit has confirmed in their new report that 2 billion rand has been looted through syndicates. Already, Tembisa Hospital had allegations of corruption and maladministration issues. Already, patients had been robbed of the healthcare that they deserve. And there was suspicions as to what was happening. During 2022, it was suspected that about 850 million had vanished. Thin air. And now it's confirmed, 2 billion rand. Do you know how many patients could be helped? Do you know how many patients have died? Money just disappearing that's supposed to be allocated towards basic human rights. South Africa is not a poor country. It's just so poorly managed by the wrong people in power, handling So much money that could help people. People are going to bed hungry, all because some minister wants another Lamborghini. And they were telling us that they want to implement NHI. NHI how? That money that's going to go towards NHI will also literally be looted. They never step foot in any of these hospitals. Right now, I'm working at Barra, and if I could show you the state of this hospital, how can you steal so much from a hospital that is catering to the most vulnerable population? How do you steal that much money? Is there no limit to your greed? And what frustrates me even more is that they keep being voted back into power. These very same people. These public hospitals were overworked, underpaid. The patient to doctor or to healthcare professional ratio is so severely disproportionate that patients will come in the AMs just to get help and will only leave clinics at 4 p.m. They will sit and wait, starving, with children waiting for them. They don't have stable jobs. If they miss a day of work, that's no bread on the table for that day. Do you know how you have to make do? Because, oh, we're so poor, we don't have anything. We have to subject patients to substandard healthcare. But the money is there. We could buy resources, lived experiences that these people are so out of touch about, couldn't care a damn about, and they don't face any consequences. That's why they keep doing it. This is just because of thorough investigations. Do you know how many investigations have not been conducted? Half the problems in this country could be solved if people, number one, who are in service delivery jobs did their jobs. Number two, if corruption wasn't what was getting people jobs in the first place. And number three, if there was actually an accountability system put in place when it comes to higher up structures. Because you can't tell me you can get away with just stealing 2 billion from a hospital. A hospital, you can get away with that.
You are not angry enough. We, as a people, are not angry enough. I'm angry that we fight over such petty things. We fight over color, foreigners, or foreign-owned spaza shops. Yes, there are some issues there. But the fact that we fight over that versus what's going on that is so much larger, it is our fault for putting all that effort into fighting against them, the foreign owners, fight against colored identity versus white identity versus Indian identity, and not realize we are South African. You don't realize that we have a common problem. I'm angry that we fight over the most stupid things. You all know what happened to her. This is Babita Deokaran, who raised alarms at Tembisa hospital procurement because there were irregular payments going out that ranged from millions upon millions. And when she blocked it, she knew her life would be in danger. She informed the CFO, they did nothing, and then a few months later, she was taken out. There are good people who are trying to do their jobs, but they can't because the criminal entities are much larger and more powerful. And they get away with it because you and I, on TikTok and everywhere else, we fight over foreigners, we fight over skin color. That's a shame. Because the latest reports have come through. The report shows what Babita was trying to tell us. 2 billion rands was looted from one public hospital, just one, in a matter of a few years. These were the players. Third one being X. We don't know who that is. Very likely a high-ranked politician. That's why he's not being named, or they are not being named. 2 billion rands. Tell me again, is the Zimbabwean or Namibian or Malawian worker the real problem? I ask you honestly. What do one of them do with that money? Look at this. 4 Lamborghinis, 1 Bentley. Oh my God. 250 million rands in just car purchases. Willy-nilly. From public hospital money. We have women who are giving birth on the floor because of not having enough beds, or they're dying because of a basic cut and they don't have antiseptics. We have to rely on very expensive private hospitals because the public hospitals are being ruined. And they're being ruined because you allow it to happen. You are not angry enough. We are angry and we fight over the wrong things always. I mean, look at this. 520 million rands in just identified assets with properties worth 290 million rands. And you're fighting over skin color and foreign IDs and what. There won't be justice until you say there must be. They will just put this under the carpet and carry on. Unless you don't let them. Unless you take action.
Today's your lucky day because I'm back with another video. This time I'm going to break down the 2 billion rand Tembisa hospital scandal. We've got the whiteboard. As you know, 2 billion gone from the Tembisa hospital through corruption. The timeline of all of this corruption, 2008 to 2023, so it's 6 years. For context, this hospital has 840 beds. It is linked to wide-scale Department of Health corruption within Gauteng. Babita Deokaran in 2021 was a whistleblower for the Department of Health. She was also assassinated after revealing the corruption in the Department of Health, which was primarily actually at Tembisa Hospital. She's deceased. Then we have the former CEO. When the corruption at the Department of Health and Tembisa was first announced, Ashley Mtunzi was the CEO of the hospital that time. He was also suspended and he never faced discipline. He is also dead. Now we have the syndicate behind the 2 billion looting. We've got Shongwani Morgan Maumela, who is actually the Cupcake's estranged nephew. Believe it or not. He is seen as the kingpin of this entire syndicate. Shongwani made 1,728 purchase orders or invoices, essentially, that amount to a total of 816 million rand. And there's what's called the Mazibuko syndicate that got 283 million, allegedly from him and his networks. Then we have Kat Matlala, who is only linked to 15 million rand. If you remember, he's in jail. First, he was arrested for abusing his partner. Then it came out that he was linked with Senzo Mchunu and an entire criminal syndicate, and he's still been in jail. Also remember, Begicele was living in this man's penthouse. And Begicele also claimed that he never knew who this guy was. But there were WhatsApp messages. There was just proof that there was a long-standing friendship over and above Begicele living in this man's penthouse. Then we have 122 million rand in kickback fees. This is bribery money that was given to Gauteng Department of Health employees. And just when you think it's over, there's Syndicate X that they're trying to deconstruct, and essentially there were 1,000 purchase orders or invoices amounting to 596 million rand. President Cyril Ramaphosa alleges that he is estranged from this nephew of his from a previous marriage. I just don't know how an estranged nephew ends up being able to control that much money in government funding. Like, how did he even get in?
South Africa, we are a movie. Cheers to us. Because what do you mean 2 billion rand went missing to buy 4 Lamborghinis or whatever else there is in those greedy ass people's pockets, and people in our country are still dying because they do not have access to basic rights like healthcare. But we're just gonna keep acting as if this is not an issue. Yes, we're gonna climb on social media because right now we don't know what else to do. But wow, this is a joke, right? Like, this is a joke, and I'm thinking to myself, this is what's been exposed. Imagine what has actually been stolen in our country. And you know what's gonna happen? Just like the COVID money, we're gonna be told that there's gonna be an investigation and people are gonna look into it, right? And then in 5 years, we're going to forget about it because we have no accountability in this country. And when you do hold someone accountable, you pay with your life. So why would anybody want to put themselves in that position? Well, I really pray that there are people that want to put themselves in those positions, but let's be real. So you thought it best. And we're talking not only the people that stole money outside, we're talking people inside who work for the government, who saw every single day people coming in desperate for a bed, desperate for medical attention, desperate for help. You worked in that hospital. You stood there and you took the money that they gave you. And you have a job. You have an income. And you took money from them. I saw this guy saying they're probably sleeping very well at night. And the irony is they probably are, because they know nothing is going to get done. I just think about the kids. I think about the women. I think about the men that stood at that hospital begging to be seen, begging to be treated. And individuals in that hospital knew that the money that was supposed to be allocated to those individuals, their healthcare, their basic rights, they were taking home to buy who's our Thursday name? Lamborghini Sunday. Whatever. Tired of it. Honestly, like, can somebody tell me what we can do? What can we do? Because we keep saying national shutdown. We keep saying we need to protest. We keep saying all of this. But what can I do as an individual other than spread awareness? I don't know anymore. I'm so privileged. This, at the end of the day, is not going to affect me as an individual. But I know it affects the people that are so near and dear my heart. So I cannot be quiet about that. Because if you allow your privilege to sit and shut up, then you are part of the problem. I just can't get the picture out of my head. Like that picture of people coming to a place where they should feel safe, where they should be treated well, where they should be given medical attention. And you and your greedy ass decided, nah, I need another Lamborghini. You don't even know what to do with the money. You didn't even know what to do with the money that you spent it on Lamborghinis. Are you kidding me? When there are people without running water? No. Anyways, I'd love to know. What are we doing? South Africa, what are we doing? What are we doing about this shit?
Hello Mzansi, welcome to Mkosasa Mzansi. These are people are reacting kululesikuve lapha sikwendeke laphana eTembisa hospital kunemali lenganga 2 billion rands that was looted from lesiya sibhedlela kesana, and siyathi sonke ukuthi ma conditions alapha kule sibhedlela beds akabi. There was a video lengi-uploadile itolo la Nkosi yami, abantu baleli phansi kulesiya sibhedlela, there are no nurses, kungcolile. Guys, simo sibile lapha kulesiya sibhedlela, yet kunemali lenganga 2 billion rand liluthiwe kulesiya sibhedlela that is not even accounted for kesana. Ayatiwa kokuthi iphelelepi. Uyakhuluma nanesi la ukuthi kuhlezi kuthiwa njena akuna budget for lokhu, akuna budget iqasha amanesi, akuna budget yekuthenga amuthi, yet imali lokhu iyadliwa, abantu baloku bayathuthuka, buying cars, buying houses ngemali lebekumele ngabe isebenta kulesiya sibhedlela. Corruption ening ola South Africa, tindo la South Africa lekusamele sidile nato. Please do comment what you think below down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. I'm signing out. Goodbye.